Hey everybody, what's going on? Joe Kalis coming in here from blogwithjoe.com and just want to chat with you today about what to do if you have multiple domains and want to add them to your hosting account. Now, in a previous video, I showed you how to set up a HostGator account, which is the hosting company that I prefer and use. And there are a few different levels of hosting that you can get with them. The one that I recommend is the one where you can have unlimited domains. So what if you want to have more than one domain? So I have on my hosting account, I have joekalis.com, I have blogwithjoe.com, and a slew of others, and just going to show you how to add them on additionally. So here we are in the back end of my HostGator cPanel, the control panel that comes with your HostGator account, and there's a bunch of links here, but the one that we want to focus on is called add-on domains. So these things can move around a little bit. So if you can find the domains area and then click on add-on domains in your back end of HostGator, that's where you'll want to go. So you'll see that that brings up a section where you can add a new domain name. Now you'll see that I have a few down here in the bottom. Those are ones that I've added. And the idea is that there is another domain that you have access to that you've purchased somewhere. Could be with HostGator, could be with another hosting company. And I'm going to show you, I have a few domains that are hosted in another hosting company called 1&1. So I'm in my 1&1 backend here, and this is just a list of the domains that I have here. So for this example, I'm going to be moving my hangoutentrepreneur.com domain because I have not moved that to my HostGator account yet. So again, if you go back into the HostGator admin section of your control panel, if you scroll down, you'll see this website traffic area, and you can pull down this drop down and it'll show you all the domains that you have access to. So like I said, joekalis.com, blogwithjoe, blah blah blah. These are all the domains that I have, and there's 5 of them in here right now, but I want to add Hangout Entrepreneur. So the way that I get it in this list is, like I said, through add-on domains. So we're going to do that. So when you're in the add-on domains section, the first field you want to put in is the new domain name. So for me, that is hangoutentrepreneur.com. So obviously this is a domain that you own somewhere else, and if you don't own the domain, then you probably want to purchase it. You can do it through HostGator and make it a lot easier on you. But here you go, hangoutentrepreneur.com. This is my username for the FTP account, and when you click on the next field, it'll auto-populate everything. So when you add a domain name, it'll give you a subdomain or FTP username. So when I want to log into Hangout Entrepreneur and add files to that domain, this is the login that I'll use. And you'll see that it gets set up there too. The document root, it's going to go in public _ HTML / Hangout Entrepreneur. I like to take off this .com just for fun. So this is basically a directory that HostGator is creating, and that's where it's hosting all the files that you are going to use for hangoutentrepreneur.com or whatever your domain is, right? There's a password, and you can create a new one. So just put in a password here. Here we go. You can have a password generated as well. And then click on add-on domain. So all we did, we put in the domain name, it auto-populated this stuff. I, of course, chose to take off the .com from my folder name, put in a password, confirm it, and then hit add domain. There you go. So your add-on domain has been created, right? Go back. So if we go back, I think it'll take me to add-on domains. You'll see that it's been added to the list. So here's hangoutentrepreneur.com, and there's that. So it's not being redirected. It's actually being hosted by HostGator now. One more thing we have to do is if in the case that your domain is hosted by another company, you have to point the DNS servers to your HostGator account. So if you go back, if you hit the home button in the upper left here and go back to your HostGator's control panel, scroll all the way down the bottom, and what you're looking for is your DNS name servers, right? So in the lower left hand corner, account information, you're going to see your name servers, and you'll want to copy this, right? ns3813.hostgator.com. I'm copying this and going back into my back end of 1&1 hosting, which is where my other domain is, right? So I purchased hangoutentrepreneur.com from this hosting account. I want to select it, and then if you don't have 1&1, you'll have to figure out how to change your DNS settings. So really, what you're looking for with your hosting company is editing your DNS settings. So here it is. I checked that domain, edit DNS settings. And so right now it's pointing to the 1&1 name servers. We actually want to put in your own name servers, which is what you just copied from here. So here's your HostGator name servers. I'm going to put them in here, right? Primary name server is the one I just copied, so you just paste it in there. And then there's a secondary, right? So there's primary and secondary, 3813 and 3814. So my secondary is 3814. Just going to paste that again, change the 13 to 14, and I'm going to hit OK and save these settings with my domain registrar. There you go, process successful. Now this is going to take a few minutes. Most registrars take a little bit to actually propagate all the changes, so you'll see in the status for 1N1 that it's updating, and in a little while, I'm not really sure how long it takes, it'll update, and you'll be able to go to hangoutentrepreneur.com or you go to yourdomain.com, and it should show the files as being hosted with HostGator. So if I go here now, Hangout Entrepreneur, it says that it's hosted by 1N1. So once this is all done, once this is not updating anymore, once this is done or ready, whatever, it'll actually show that it's a HostGator hosted site. So I'm going to come back in a little bit. I'm just going to keep checking on this until it's actually done. And then once you actually do that, yeah, so you can see in this website traffic pull down here that I showed earlier, there were 5 domains. Now there's 6. Hangout Entrepreneur actually shows up, and you can go and edit the settings there. So it should show up once you do that in the website traffic place. And then even further, to go to the files of that website, you can go into your file manager. So under files, in your cPanel for HostGator, go in your files, click on File Manager, or you can just hit Control F and look for File Manager. Open that, and you want to open the document root for the domain that you just created, hangoutentrepreneur.com. And that'll take you to the file you just created. So you're in Hangout Entrepreneur, and I actually already installed a WordPress instance in here, so that's all in this folder here. Once all these changes propagate, there's going to be a WordPress blog site at hangoutentrepreneur.com instead of just seeing this blank splash page from the host. So that is how you add a domain from another domain host to your HostGator account. So now if you want to actually add another domain, a multiple domain situation through HostGator, if you do not own the domain through another registrar, it's a lot simpler. If you're back in your control panel here, you're just in the main site, at the top here you'll see register, right? So register a new domain. This is just for anywhere, if you want to purchase a new one. My wife and I, we just had our first kid, a beautiful daughter named Emery, and I want to get a domain name for her, lock that in so nobody steals it along the way for when she's a celebrity and someone wants to charge me a lot of money for it. So I'm going to buy her domain, emerykalis.com. So there we go, emerykalis.com, hit register, and it'll actually check through the registrar and see if it's available. So it is. You can add it to your cart, and this is all, again, through HostGator as your hosting company. So it's been added to your cart. Can check out, and once you do this, it will be added to your account automatically. You don't have to go through all that DNS change because it's part of the same hosting account. So I actually went through the purchase process of a new domain and went into my management of the domains area, and you can see here that Emery Kalis is listed. If you go back to the home control panel, scroll down, go in the drop down menu, you'll notice that it didn't show up here. Emery Kalis is not here. All you have to do is similar to what we just did for the domain from the other account. I'm going to add on the domain. So we have to create a directory within our hosting account, and I'm just going to add it on just the same. So emerykalis.com is the domain, and it's going to do all this stuff that we just saw from Hangout Entrepreneur. I'm going to create a password again, and add domain one more time. So it's the same process whether it's through HostGator or another account. The only difference is if you purchase the domain through HostGator, you don't need to point the DNS servers from the other registrar over to this one, because it's obviously all part of the same account. So Blog with Joe, Emery Kalis, all these different websites that I have, and if you go back into your back end, you'll notice that it's going to be in the drop down menu again. So Joe Kalis, Blog with Joe, Emery Kalis. So Emery Kalis is in there. If I go back into the file manager one more time, we'll notice that there is another folder for Emery Kalis. So there it is, emerykalis.com. Fantastic. So I can drop files in here, add a WordPress site, whatever I need to do. Put pictures of her, whatever. I'm sure that's what we'll end up doing. So that's how you add multiple domains to your HostGator hosting account. So there you go.